Good afternoon, and welcome to Skedlive for Tuesday, April 14th. I'm your host, Michael Czulo, and here are today's top stories. No injuries were reported after a school bus with 20 high school students on board collided with a parked vehicle and ended up on the front lawn of a Brampton home early Tuesday morning. The collision happened on Fairhill Avenue near Brisdale Drive around 7 a.m. The cause of the accident is still under investigation. However, a local resident told reporters the driver of the bus fell asleep at the wheel. The bus took out a hydro box before coming to a stop. As a result, 265 surrounding homes were left without power. Power to all homes, but 12 have been restored. Prime Minister Stephen Harper has announced that Canada will join a trading mission to help Ukraine's struggling military. The announcement came on Tuesday morning after months of requests for help from the Ukrainian government. This will be the first time the Canadian forces have joined Ukrainian forces in their struggle against Russian-backed rebels, and it is expected that as many as 100 troops may be involved in the operation. In February, Defense Minister Jason Kenney said Canada was actively considering different options for engaging in the training mission, but also said Canada would not act alone in supplying lethal weapons to bolster the defenses of the Ukrainian government. At this point in time, it is unclear how long the training mission will last. After a string of setbacks and complications, the TTC has officially turned over project management on the Skedline subway extension to a third-party engineering company. Bechtel, Canada, has been awarded a contract of up to $80 million to oversee the completion of the remaining 30% of the subway extension by the end of 2017. The project will extend the Young University Skedline line 6 stops from Downsview to Vaughan, but completing the extension will require an additional $150 million, with $90 million provided by the City of Toronto and another $60 million from the Regional Municipality of York. Bechtel officially begins work on Monday, and their contract will expire in March of 2018. Tearing down the Gardiner is cheaper than keeping it. According to a report by Waterfront Toronto, the cost of keeping, repairing, and maintaining the elevated Gardiner Expressway is estimated to cost more than $900 million, as opposed to the cost of its removal at $240 million. At this point in time, more than $400 million have been earmarked for Gardiner repairs, but the cost may be higher when long-term operating and maintenance costs are added. An environmental assessment report into the Gardiner East approval is expected to be released Wednesday and presented to the City Council sometime next month. Taking a nap in the cargo hold of an airplane may not be a good idea, and for one airport worker, it turned into a nightmare. The unidentified airport worker started his shift early and ended it with an unfortunate nap in the cargo hold of a departing Alaska Airlines flight bound for Los Angeles. By the time the worker realized what was happening, the plane was already in the air. His banging for help could be heard by both the pilots and first-class passengers aboard the plane. When the plane landed, the ramp worker came out of the pressurized and temperature-controlled cargo hold and told authorities he had fallen asleep. The man, who is an employee of Alaska contractor Menzies Aviation, walked off the plane and was initially checked by medics at the airport, where he was found to be unhurt. The incident is currently under investigation by the Federal Aviation Administration. We now turn it over to Ronan O'Doherty with your sports update.
Hey, thanks, Mike. The Jays lost their first game at the Rogers Centre yesterday. A full house saw them fall just short by a score of 2-1 against Tampa Bay. The boys of summer were unable to mount much offense against a strong outing by Rays pitcher Jake Odorizzi, who threw 8 solid innings while only allowing 1 run, an RBI single by Devin Travis. R.A. Dickey got the start for the Jays, walking in 2 runs with the bases loaded in the 4th. He allowed 5 walks and 6 innings of work to go along with 6 strikeouts. Josh Donaldson hit a deep fly ball in the bottom of the 9th that had some fans getting ready to celebrate, but unfortunately didn't make it past the warning track. Fans who are planning on bringing weapons into the ACC would be wise to reconsider, now that the arena will be equipped with metal detectors at its entrances. NHL and NBA security measures are aligning with those already in place in Major League Baseball. The Rogers Centre just implemented similar measures, with fans having to pass through the detectors for the first time last night. The detectors aren't quite as sensitive as those found at airports, so fans are able to walk through without taking off their belts, watches, or shoes. Cell phones and other metal objects will have to be put into a basket, however. Speaking of baskets and terrible segues, the Raptors will face off against the Boston Celtics at the TD Gardens this evening. Boston just clinched a playoff spot and will be looking to continue their stellar play into the first round. The Raptors have won their last 3 games and will attempt to win their next 2 in order to finish the season off with a nice round 50 victories. The last time the 2 teams met, Boston eked out a 117-116 victory in overtime. Senators assistant coach Mark Reed passed away yesterday after a battle with cancer. The former NHL player and OHL coach was 55. He played for the St. Louis Blues as well as the Hartford Whalers in the mid-'80s and coached the Owen Sound Attack for 4 years. Reed was hired on as assistant coach of the Senators by former coach Paul McLean in 2011. He is survived by his wife and 2 children. Pepsi is the NBA's new food and drink sponsor, ending a 28-year partnership between the league and Coca-Cola. The deal will cover both North American and China, where NBA is growing in popularity. In addition, it will involve sponsorship of the WNBA, the D-League, and USA Basketball. Pepsi's entire range of products will be represented, including Doritos, Ruffles, Aquafina, and Lipton. Mountain Dew will replace Sprite as the NBA's official soft drink. As a consolation prize of sorts, Coca-Cola has taken over Pepsi's place as Major League Soccer sponsor. And that's it for sports. I'm Ronan O'Doherty. Back to you, Mike.
Thanks, Ronan. Here's Sequiera with your entertainment news for today.
Thanks, Mike. Today is definitely an interesting day in celebrity news. Starting off with the Kardashian West family. Kim and Kanye had their daughter Northwest baptized in an Armenian church in Jerusalem on Monday. The family had to push through a crowd of rowdy fans as they entered St. James Cathedral in Jerusalem's Old City. At one point, Kardashian had to yell, "Stop, it's not safe for the baby." There were no details on the ceremony itself. The family left the church without speaking to the media. They are expected to film footage for the reality TV show Keeping Up with the Kardashians in Jerusalem before taking off to Jordan. Justin Bieber is back in the news, but this time it's not for something he did. Bieber was reportedly placed in a chokehold and booted from Coachella Sunday night. Bieber and his entourage walked into the artist's entrance where Drake was performing and were immediately stopped by security and were told the area was at capacity and they couldn't come in. At that point, Bieber showed the guards all the proper wristbands to gain entry. Bieber persisted and did not stand down. A Coachella staffer eventually said she would escort him inside the artist's area when Coachella security came up from behind and put the artist in a chokehold. Sources close to Bieber say that he is considering taking legal action against the guards. In other entertainment news, rapper Nelly was arrested this past weekend after he was busted for having marijuana, methamphetamine, drug paraphernalia, as well as several handguns in his tour bus. The rapper's coach bus was stopped on Saturday morning at Interstate 40 in Putnam County, Tennessee, for not displaying legally required stickers. One other man traveling in the coach was also arrested and charged. A few updates on recent Skedlive stories for you. A 52-year-old Vancouver area photographer was arrested for last week's hit-and-run actor of Ryan Reynolds, who was not seriously injured in the incident, police said. Reynolds, who was in the Canadian city to shoot the Marvel film Deadpool, got into a confrontation with the photographer in the hotel parking garage Friday night. The man struck the actor with his car as he was fleeing the scene. The incident left Vancouver-born Reynolds with a sore knee and back, but thankfully he was able to return to work the following day. And Toronto-born rapper Drake has come out and told the media that he was not grossed out by Madonna's kiss at their Coachella performance. His reaction was all about the lipstick aftertaste. The kiss, in fact, was not prearranged. The plan was for Madonna to dance around him while he sat in the chair. Anything can happen at Coachella, especially when Madonna takes the stage. That's all for your entertainment news today. Sending it back to you, Mike.
Thanks, Sarah. For your weather update, here's Chelsea Scherer.
Thanks, Mike. Here's your weather forecast for today. It's great weather today, currently sitting at 15 degrees and sunny. The wind is up to 33 kilometers an hour right now, and it will die towards the afternoon, hitting about 15 kilometers an hour. But the skies will stay clear throughout the day and the night. Tonight it will drop down to 5 degrees, and this morning I went out to talk to Humber students about what they'll be doing more now that spring has sprung.
Yeah, I'm probably going to spend more time outside, play tennis with some friends, or play some basketball.
Do you have any plans?
Yeah, play some soccer, go out to patios and drink, you know.
I'm going to do a lot of running now since there's no more snow and the weather's out, nice breeze. Probably run along the lake.
I'm going to be skateboarding a lot, and I'm going to be swimming a lot.
Looking at the rest of the week, the temperature will stay around 13 degrees throughout the day, and we will see some showers throughout the end of the week. Wednesday will be slightly cooler than today, sitting at about 13 degrees during the day and 4 degrees at night. You can expect some light rain on Thursday. The temperature will stay at 12 degrees throughout most of the day and through the rain. Friday, you can expect some cloudy periods and some rain in the afternoon, but don't worry, Saturday is looking clear. It'll hit a high of 15 degrees with lots of sun and few clouds. Sunday will be sunny, but on the cooler side, sitting at about 10 degrees throughout the day and 4 degrees at night. That's your weather forecast for today. I'm Chelsea Scherer. Now back to the studio.
This has been your Skedlive cast for today. For more of our top stories, visit skedline.com. Until next time, I'm Michael Czulo. Bye for now.